Hello friends, so now we have reached the bootstrap forms. Forms are the most important thing which come into handy practice when we have to collect a data from a user. So for forms we know there are several form fields like input, text area, select and all those things. So now we will see what is a near normal form and how we have to use the forms within a bootstrap. So here I have created an HTML page. See, you can clearly see an example. If I remove these three things, Control X and save, and I reload this example. See, this is the basic form that we are entering when we have not used any framework, any bootstrap framework. No matter, we need to perform a formatting, we need to make it a display, but using the bootstrap framework, these three files, this bootstrapmin.css and bootstrapmin.js, these files are very much important. So now this was before applying bootstrap. If I reload it, see, this is the basic form that you get because of the bootstrap framework, because I included the bootstrap framework. So there are three categories of making a form in bootstrap, so I'll cover it one by one. The first one is the vertical form, that is the basic form. So how to create this form is simply create a form tag and whatever the inputs that we want, that for example I created an input named email, password and a button named submit button and a checkbox for a remember me, so I placed it accordingly to the div. Now for including the bootstrap, first we include these three files, this min.css and min.js for bootstrap. Then we append the class from dash group, which means whatever the contents that we have in our form, we have to include form dash group. What it does is it makes sure that whatever the content within this div is mapped along with the form. See, you can see this is the form tag. Form is a tag in HTML. So we opened a form tag, we gave the role as form, which means now it's a bootstrap form. Now for mapping the elements, or we can say for attaching the elements to this bootstrap form, we use class equals to form dash group. Fine. Now this was mapping the elements. In order to map the controls, that is the input control or the select control or the checkbox control, we are using the class form dash control. So simply, if we go from the beginning, we created a form tag, then used role equals to form for the bootstrap form. Inside first div, I use the email label and text box corresponding to that. Inside the second div, I use the password and text box corresponding to that. Then a checkbox for remember me, and finally the submit button. So this is the first category of form, that is the basic form. Here if I am reloading it, you can see this is the vertical basic form available in the bootstrap itself. See, if I click here, you can see a blue outlining over the text boxes. This is a feature of bootstrap itself. This button is also from bootstrap. You can see on hovering its color changes. So this is a property of bootstrap. Now comes the second type of form. First form, vertical form, that we have already covered. Second is inline form. So inline form, you can see from the image what is the inline form. This is displayed according to this. So what changes we need to do is, in the form tag, what we did is we appended role equals to form already. Now we will append the class as well. See, if I append the class to class form dash inline, okay, and save it. Now the form that we will get, this was a vertical form. I'll reload it. See, this is the inline kind of a form, which means the content, you did not apply any modification to the elements, that is any div, label, input. What you did is you changed the class, you appended the class form inline only. Sorry, okay, you appended the content form inline only, and what happened, see, the whole format got changed. First it was displaying in the vertical form. In one row we were having email, second row we were having password, then remember me, and then submit. But now everything is coming within a single line. This is form inline. Now if I want this to be displayed in a horizontal manner, so I have to use the class form dash horizontal. I'll save it, and now if I reload it, see how you can judge that this is horizontal. Email, password, remember me, and submit. See, the alignment of the text boxes and these boxes are different, which means they are coming in horizontal. If I remove this, which means we get the default kind of a form, so the alignment will be proper. See, this is alignment is proper. So these were the three types of forms that we use in Bootstrap. So thank you guys once again.